Good morning. Welcome to Montserrat Secondary School, and I'm here today with the student leadership team of Montserrat Secondary School, and this is now the only campus of the secondary school after the volcano over 25 years ago. So this is the student leadership team who are very interested to connect with students in another island and in the Isle of Man. So let's go meet the students of the student leadership team. Good morning. Your Manx is very good. So this is an opportunity to meet the student leadership team and also the teacher, Miss Joan Baptiste. We will start with the teacher. Good morning. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about the student leadership team and at the school, Montserrat Secondary School.
Okay, hi, good morning everybody. So I am Miss Joan Baptiste, and here we have some students from the student leadership team. What is the student leadership team? It's really a group of students across the high school from first to fifth form who are involved in organizing activities for the school. It may be for the school students themselves, and also to be a liaison between the staff, the administration, and the student body. So students want a water fountain, or one of the water fountains is working. It is our job or duty to bring it to administration. We also do things like beautification of the school in terms of a cleanup campaign, so different things to generate good relationship between students and staff here at the Montserrat Secondary School.
Perfect. We met one of them. We met Sean last night. Sean, you came to the talk we did at the National Trust last night about the agriculture and the horticulture. So I've already had a little conversation with you. So I'm going to start with Sean first. Sorry. Sean, tell us a little bit about you and your interest in the environment and agriculture, and why it would be interesting for you to connect with a school in the Isle of Man.
So I'm very interested in the environment and agriculture because it's one of the subjects that I'm interested in, and I like to be in the nature itself. So I would like to connect with the students from Island of Man or whoever is on that side, so they could also come and meet us, and we could maybe one day go and meet them.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to throw this open to everyone now. So I came to meet you, was it last week? It seems a long time ago. And we had a little conversation about the Isle of Man. And I know that you've remembered a little bit. So what is interesting to you all about the Isle of Man?
The thing that I find most interesting about the Isle of Man is the certain words that you cannot say, like the R word, the RAT word. I think you say long tail. I find that very interesting.
Yes, because we talked about Montserrat and whether we should say
Montserrat long tail.
Montserrat long tail, which would be quite funny. Okay, what else would you like to? So you have a chance now to send messages to students of your age in the Isle of Man. What would you like to say to them about learning about their island, or tell them about your island?
It's a small island located in the Caribbean, which is a British colony. It is not very known to other people abroad, so our goal in the island is to try and make it known that we are in the Caribbean, and to make our island itself more developed and more developed, yeah, and to connect with other students overseas would be a very big opportunity for us, not only for the school but each student who is a part of this SLT.
I find that Montserrat have a lot of nature, and we would like to show y'all, to adventure up, like go hiking with y'all, to show y'all the various places and our various national plants, our national bird, to show y'all, because Montserrat is a beautiful place. Even though not much people know about this place, we would like it to be known.
So I'm going to ask some of you now to give me your favourite things about Montserrat. Okay, so imagine now you're the Montserrat Tourist Board, okay, and you're going to send a message to the Isle of Man about your favourite things. So favourite places in Montserrat, I'm going to pick on people. Favourite place, I'm going to start here.
Favourite places in Montserrat are the Rendezvous Beach, the only white sand beach on Montserrat, very special. My other favourite place is the Bartons Bay. It's a very calm and peaceful place. You can see the volcano, and it's right off the exclusion zone. And my other favourite place is the dry waterfall, because when it rains, it just comes out, it has some water coming down cold and it's nice to swim in.
Now, I think Rendezvous Beach is one of the best beaches for turtles, am I right?
Yes.
For turtle nesting? And what sort of turtles, do you know what sort of turtles you have in Montserrat?
Like leatherback sea turtles.
You have leatherbacks, don't you? The big ones, the really big ones. And what other types of turtles do you have in Montserrat? Do you know?
Green.
You have greens, I think greens, and maybe hawksbills.
Yeah, definitely.
Hospitals.
Okay, who else has got a favourite place in Montserrat?
My favorite place in Montserrat is the beaches. I like the beaches. Little Bay especially. I like Rendezvous. I like the dry waterfall. I like the nature trail, the Oreo trail in Hilltop. And I like to go into the exclusion zone when they have tourists because I like to see the buried city of the Caribbean.
So it's interesting. Let's ask you about the volcano, because none of you were born when the volcano came to Montserrat. So for how
That we're not born, but we hear stories over the time as we're growing up about the volcano, and it's very interesting because we ended up going on tours and learning about our history and what was behind it before the volcano itself erupted, and it's very educational to know that at a point Montserrat was actually known in the Caribbean, and it was very key to the tourism in the Caribbean as well, and a lot of people came here at a point. So now you can see that the government is trying to develop Montserrat to get it back to how it was.
So the volcano is a very important part of the culture of the island, of your island, isn't it?
And to the fact where it's the only area that you can go and view what the disaster did to the island in the Caribbean is very unique.
I was quite humbled to have my tour of Plymouth, to go around and to see where the capital is buried, and to speak to people that were there when it happened. And it's 2/3 of the island. And I think many people in the Isle of Man will just not know this. So tell them, it's better from you than me. So give a little bit of a flavour of how it is in your daily lives with 2/3 of the island being closed here.
To be very honest, 2/3 of the island being closed off is a little tough because there's not much of climbing places or places to go out or socialize much with your friends because there's just one spot. But we like to see how the places were to say, well, we could have been here, you know?
So, do you ever go as a school group? May I ask? Let me bring the teacher in. There's a school group. Do the students ever go on trips into the capital at Plymouth?
Yes, they have. Yes, the students have gone, at different stages, even at the primary school, that they go to view at least where the Montserrat Secondary School used to be, so they see, the remnants of the school, and you still have places like Economy Bakery. They're accustomed to the Economy Bakery here in the north, and they would see where it was located beforehand. So it's quite an experience for them, recognizing that while we live on a third, there was a whole lot more to Montserrat than just what they see now and the history. And I think even through the documentary that they just had, really brought it closer to many of the students, because I saw them at the viewing. They came with their parents, and it brought the reality of how vibrant Montserrat used to be, but they are still doing things. It's not to say that the island is dead. No, we are alive and we are thriving. So that is why it's so important for us to twin with you, and so we can develop that sort of a relationship. We learn from you and you learn from us.
I think islands are so similar. Islands are different, but living in an island, the challenges of the Isle of Man or Montserrat or any other island around the world are often similar.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask you what you have a bad throat.
Yes.
Do you have a favourite place in Montserrat? No, she's saving her throat, so I'm... Okay, who else? Favourite place in Montserrat?
Isles Bay Beach.
Isles Bay Beach, why?
Because I like going there and it has nice places to take pictures of the sunset.
Good reason. Okay, what about favourite animals in Montserrat?
National bird. National bird, the oriole.
So this is your favourite animal? How often do you see them? Would you see them in the school?
You have to go hiking.
Whereabouts would you have to go hiking to see an oriole?
Find them in hikes more in the center hills, such as Blackwood and the different trails found in that area, than out in this more populated area.
Maybe once in a while you may see one, but not as much.
What other wildlife?
You have the agouti.
You have the agoutis?
Rat, like it's a cousin to the rat.
Hey, you said long
Oh
tail.
yeah, sorry,
Cousin to the long tail.
Yes, cousin to the long tail, sorry. Yeah, agouti is another unique animal that is found on Montserrat besides the oriole.
And we have an increase of iguanas too.
And we also have the mountain chicken, which has been, what do you call it, being going into extinct. Extinction. Cut that out. Extinction. So you can visit like the Montserrat mountain chicken recovery, which they're trying to recover the amount of mountain chickens that are found on Montserrat because they are going down low and decreasing. So,
Now, if I was an Isle of Man student now listening to this, talking about mountain chickens, I'd be thinking you were talking about a bird.
No.
The mountain chicken is a type of frog.
Yeah.
It's a poisonous. When you cook it or you eat it, it tastes like chicken. That's the funny thing.
That's
We don't
what.
eat it in Montserrat.
We don't
So
eat
in
it.
Because we're
Dominica,
trying to recover them, so we do not eat them in Montserrat.
yeah, Dominicans.
Still?
Long tail, sorry.
Yeah. So I know a little bit more about your mountain chicken. So how big is this frog?
It's supposed to be like this.
How big is it, Sean?
The size of your palm, I think. Okay, yes. It is the size of your palm.
It's a big animal, yeah. It's a big and fat frog. So you have orioles, you have mountain chickens, and the iguanas. And someone told me that the iguanas here is endemic because you have a black iguana. So your iguanas are a little bit special. But Sean, you know about farming. Who else knows a little bit about agriculture? Little? You all do agriculture in school?
No.
It's an option.
It's an option. Because I'm told from the farmers that the iguanas and the agoutis, they're a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
They tend to ruin the farm.
They tend to. Yeah. They be eating out, especially iguanas with green mangoes and all that stuff. Yeah.
They eat a lot, don't they? I've seen them. I'm where I'm staying at Gingerbread Hill. There is quite a few iguanas running around there, and agoutis. Okay, so you have iguanas, agoutis, mountain chickens, orioles, and turtles. That's a good selection of wildlife. Okay, favourite Montserrat food? No, okay. You're on again. Goat water. Tell us about goat water. What is goat water?
It's a type of soap that is made using the meat from goats. It is very unique because, in Nevis, they have a similar goat water to it, but it consists of hard food, like breadfruit, potato, those. But in Montserrat, it's just the meat and the water, and it's just delicious. It is very delicious.
And you have to cook it very slowly, I believe, yeah?
Yes.
And it is the national dish.
Get the meat nice and juicy, get all the flavors and stuff.
Because you have a few goats here, yeah? I've seen yeah. Okay, so this is the best food. Any other food I need to be aware of?
Not only the best food is the national dish of the island.
Which is goat water.
Yeah.
Do you know, I've not had this yet.
You should have it. I recommend it.
Yes. I think Mrs. Ryan will.
Oh, I do? Okay, it's on my list for this weekend then. That's good. Okay, so what else do we need to tell people, students in the Isle of Man, about Montserrat?
The national fruit, the berry mango. Yes. We're in the season right now, as you can see.
It's coming, yeah?
Yeah.
It's still a little early, I think, but it's coming. They're nearly
They
ready.
come around this time, but mostly in August. But because of the change in the global warming and all of that, they tend to change the seasons. Yes.
Okay, what else? Yeah, Sean.
I don't know if they said this before, but
MSS is the only secondary school we have on Montserrat right now. I don't know in the future if they will have another secondary school, but this is the only secondary school. And then you have it was 4 primary schools, but now it's 3 primary schools. So you have the Lookout Primary School, the Bridge Primary School, and this St. Augustine Primary School.
And how did you become member of the student leadership team? Were you nominated? Did you volunteer?
I volunteered because I was at a different class and the teacher was talking about the student leadership team needing more men to help around, and they need the men's part of it, not only the women part of it, but they need the men part of it, so the men could come and help out with them. So I volunteered, even though I'm not always at the meetings, but yeah, I will be there.
Okay, and how much extra time does it take you all being on the student leadership team then?
It doesn't take us extra time, to be very honest. You just have to be dedicated to what you're. It depends. Like if we're doing an activity or so, we may take out a little time from our schoolwork, but make sure we get those notes to just get back on top of it. So yes, as a student leadership, you have to be dedicated to it. You know?
Okay. I'd like to ask you about your ambitions. What would you like to do in your careers when you leave school? Who would like to go and study more? Who has got an idea of what career they would like to do?
I would like to become a marine biologist.
You would? Why?
Because I love the sea and I would like to find out its deepest secrets, what's hiding in the depths of the seas.
That's a fantastic ambition. I wish you luck. And the marine environment around your island here is wonderful. Okay, who else has an idea? Okay.
When I leave school, I would like to go and I would like to study to become a chef or a food critic. At first, the reason why I wanted to be a chef is because I like to eat. I still like to eat, but then I just discovered that I can cook and I like cooking also, and I would like to share my gift with the world. So yes, that's why I would like to be a chef.
That's a fantastic ambition. I met the lady who was running the Hilltop Cafe and had a conversation with her about and she had such a passion for making food for people to enjoy. I see the same passion in you. Okay, who else has an idea? Am I going to the back?
Yes.
I'm going to the back. I'm bringing the microphone.
When I leave school, I would like to go and study more and I want to enter the field of aviation, to travel the world and fly planes.
You want to be a pilot?
Yeah, I want to be a pilot.
It's a good ambition. It's I think the little flight with Fly Montserrat to Antigua and back is good, yeah? You managed to get in the front seat when you go on the aeroplane? Have you been on the... Yes, you've been on the flight to Antigua.
Yeah, yes, I have.
It's interesting. It's a good ambition. Good luck. You have an ambition what you would like to do when you leave school?
I would also like to be a pilot when I leave school.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 pilots going to be good. 2 pilots and a chef. And Sean, you like sport, yeah?
So when I left school, I want to go pro in football. When I leave school, I would like to go pro in football, all out. And if that don't work for me, I like to do mining. Yeah, I heard that mining pays a lot, so I like to do mining.
On Montserrat, there's no mining on Montserrat, right?
They have sand mining,
Oh,
but I would like to go overseas and do it as well.
So football, yeah? What's your favourite team?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. What's the team called again? Portugal.
Yes?
Yeah, Portugal.
Favourite player?
Messi.
But not Ronaldo then? Even though you like Portugal? Interesting. Messi is good, yeah? Okay, I'll leave football.
So when I leave school, I would like to pursue my career in network, sound and light engineering. I find that I'm very interested in technology, and I would like to pursue more in technology to create different stuff.
I think you live in an exciting time for that ambition with the technology now. Even just being able to do this on my phone 20 years ago, you would never done. And so the opportunities, hopefully through this, we can get you linked with a school in the Isle of Man and start to share and connect you, and we'll see. Who else has got an ambition they want to share for future?
When I grow up, I would like to be an anesthesiologist.
What's that?
It's a doctor like drugs people before surgery, so like go to sleep, you don't get no pain. Like after we want to be an obstetric anesthesiologist, because like I want to like people who are pregnant and so like put epidurals so they don't feel no pain when they're giving birth and stuff.
That's another wonderful ambition. What inspires you to want to do that?
Well, I was watching this show and I just saw this lady in it and she was doing it. I was like, wow, I like this job, and I just searched up and researched about it, and I was actually interested. And I found out that it's a lot of money when you get it. So I want to be very rich when I grow up, get nice cars and so yeah.
So you have a nice job and that pays well.
Yes.
Why not?
A lot of money.
And your ambition, you have one?
Architecture. I want to be an architecture.
You do? Yeah. What sort of you want to build cities, or do you want to build wonderful iconic buildings, or landscapes?
Yeah, iconic buildings. Because of how Montserrat is right now, I want to be able to bring the modern buildings to Montserrat itself and to develop the houses very much here.
So one thing that's been interesting to me is that now, as I understand it, you don't have a capital city.
No,
because Plymouth is still buried, and so do you think in 5, 10, 20, 30 years time you could be part of building a whole new capital city for Montserrat?
Definitely, I see myself doing that. They are trying to develop one. At first it was Braze, but now they're trying to develop a little bit to the capital. So they're trying to, create Plymouth again, but in a new way.
That's very exciting. So do you have favourite buildings in the world? Your favourite architecture?
Not really, but the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
That's still iconic, isn't it?
It's very unique, I like it.
I like tall buildings as well. Any other ambitions that people want to share? You can't talk, can you? So I'm going to get you to communicate by nodding and shaking your head. And waving. You have an ambition? Yes. Do your friends know what it is? Oh, you can. Who would like to share her ambition?
Who would like to be pediatrician, right?
A doctor.
Doctor? Cardiologist. She would like to be a cardiologist. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
With that, but
I think you will be a fantastic cardiologist. Good luck. Okay. So we've probably got enough on here, but I want to give you all sort of a last chance to say anything enthusiastic or a message going back to the schools in the Isle of Man about why you would like to connect with a school in the Isle of Man.
We, the students of Montserrat, would like to connect with y'all because we would like to know and be more aware about Isle of Man because Isle of Man because we first didn't know that place exists, so we'd like to see, at least adventure to see what's out there that we have not known.
Well, I think when the students in the Isle of... Oh, you had a comment? Yeah.
I was going to say something yesterday that I want to share with them. Yesterday you also mentioned that, I think it was 20 years ago you said, that a kangaroo get away from one of the...
Wallabies?
Yeah, wallabies get away from one of these things, and now there is over 600 in one area. Yeah. So I would like to see if there's one time that we get to go, or if we get to go in the future, I like to see that part of Island Mans.
It's very interesting. We could speak for many hours about the wallabies, but they escaped about 50 or 60 years ago from the wildlife park on the island, which is like a zoo, and they've bred and become a feral population. But it's very interesting. Some people in the island think they're very bad and they are damaging all our native plants and animals. And other people think they're not so bad, but they're a lovely, fluffy animal that tourists and visitors like to see. So we don't have a clear ambition on our own island of what we should do with our wallabies. But we have counted them now, so we have at least have some information. Okay, last messages then for the Isle of Man.
Tell the fairies on the bridge hi.
Yes.
From the SLT group, we would like to tell the fairies hi.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Okay, you can sign off with a wave.
Bye.